The Seattle Seahawks had an eventful offseason, moving off the likes of a DK Metcalf and a Geno Smith, but after bringing in some new fresh faces and a good haul in the draft, how far can this team go? I'll be taking over for the next 5 seasons, trying to bring back the Legion of Boom while also having a high-powered offense. Can we bring a Lombardi back to Seattle? Watch till the end to find out. And yeah, enjoy. The Seattle Seahawks made a few big decisions in this offseason, but none bigger than perhaps bringing in a new QB1. Sammy D on a 3-year, $100 million deal, who of course last year enjoyed a breakout season in Minnesota, but of course that was with KOC. And Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, an elite O-line, a great defense. But now will his game translate over here in Seattle? We'll have to find out, but to me, it's honestly pretty low risk, high reward. Only a 3-year deal, and not the most amount of money either when you compare it, especially to other quarterbacks in the league, right? And it's pretty easy to get out of too. So if he pans out, hey, you got your guy for the next few years, right? But if he doesn't, you got a good backup plan. Kind of, because if you base it off being a quarterback right now, today, Jalen Milroe is nowhere near being an NFL starter, but he's young, obviously, and he's got all the tools that you can dream of from a quarterback prospect. So the plan is to let him sit for a season or two, let him develop, let him learn from the vets, learn the system a little bit more until he's comfortable as the starter, and when it's time for us to hand him the keys, hopefully it's more Jalen Hurts rather than Malik Willis. Running back room, we got K9, Zach Charbonnet, Damian Martinez, a surprise faller, but awesome running back room as a whole. And of course, they traded away DK Metcalf in the offseason to the Pittsburgh Steelers, but they added in Cooper Kupp. A Washington native, I believe, obviously went to Eastern Washington as well, so a bit of a homecoming here. But he's 32. But after that absolute legacy Super Bowl run Cooper Kupp had, it's been a little inconsistent, right? A lot of injuries have hampered on, so a 3-year, $45 million deal is not my favorite thing in the world, but I understand you need something. I just hope, though, it doesn't get in the way of JSN's development, because he had a breakout season, and I still think his ceiling is much, much higher as well. There's a lot more he can grow into. So I would say he's probably the main guy I'd like to build around on this offense, the main cornerstone, and hopefully down the line we can see him develop into one of the best in the league. Although I will say I traded him away in Dynasty last year, so I'm a little sad. Torrey Horton, the receiver they chose on day 3 out of Colorado State. I like his game a lot. Gives us some size too at 6'3". Plus the hidden development trait means I'm sorry, MVS. I'm making him wide receiver 3. Elijah Arroyo was their pick in round 2, and it's going to be really fun to see how they utilize his skill set overall. And funnily enough, I think his main comp was Noah Fant, who of course we also have until now. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to do you like that, but I'm getting a 3rd round pick in return. Noah Fant is now a Charger. Because honestly, I'm more than happy to have Elijah Arroyo starting and then AJ Barner be the backup. Offensive line now, and this is of course where they went with their 1st round selection in Gray Zabel, the super versatile offensive lineman from NDSU. Seriously though, he kind of reminds me of Elton Jenkins in a sense where you can play him left tackle, right tackle, left guard, right guard, center if you want him to. Now he's mainly going to be an interior guy in the NFL likely, but a damn good one at that. One of the higher floored players in this class. Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas, honestly I don't mind as a tandem. They just gotta stay on the field. Bradford is horrible. I'm going to start Christian Haynes right away, and honestly, we'll see how this O-line goes. Now, the defense is always going to be fun, especially under Mike McDonald now, but how about the guy they traded up in round 2 to get? Nick Eamon-Warry. Still just 21 years old, built like a tank, though, at 6'3", 220 at safety. Does that remind you of anybody? Dude is a freak, and not just the size. He's got the speed. He's got all the athletic traits in the world. Absolutely destroyed his testing for the combine and all that. Nick Eamon-Warry is going to be our starter at strong safety for this entire rebuild. He's already embraced the Seattle culture as well, so hopefully he lives up to the expectations. Cornerback room is quite solid, although I will say it is top heavy. I love Devon Witherspoon, of course. Reek Woolen, them as a partnership is one of the most exciting ones in the league. Julian Love broke out the moment he stepped in Seattle, as you can see, up to an 87 overall now. He's as good as it gets here. And although the secondary is great, I'm excited about this front 7. They add in DeMarcus Lawrence, a premier pass rusher in this league. Of course, Leonard Williams was amazing last season for them. Byron Murphy in year 2 hopefully can take a jump. Of course, still just 22 years old. Their 1st round pick last season. He's got heaps of potential. Also, he is up to an 85 here. As you can see, Rook Woolen's a superstar. Same with Ernest Jones. That's because I simmed a full season, so I actually am in 2025, which is why Nick Eamon-Warry has a hidden dev trade and whatnot. So that's the reason, if you're wondering. But hey, alongside DeMarcus Lawrence, we also got Boye Mafe, who enjoyed a great season last year, and Wosu, who I thought played really well until he got hurt. You got Derek Hall as well. You got a pretty deep room there with some good depth to it. Ernest Jones as well, who they picked up for like nothing, right, last season. He's awesome. Look, I don't know why he keeps getting passed around like a bag of chips, because he's honestly a super solid middle linebacker in this league, and Seattle's happy to have him. And they gave him just a 3-year, $28.5 million deal. Hey, that's a bargain. And especially alongside Tyrese Knight, hey, you got a good linebacker partnership for years to come. So the direction is kind of up in the air, right? It looked like they were going to start rebuilding after trading away a Geno, a DK Metcalf, but after bringing in Sam Darnold, Cooper Kupp, seems like they're still trying to win games, still trying to compete a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. But just know, we got to trick up our sleeves a few years down the line, but we just got to hold on it for now. Patience is the name of the game. And you know what? I'm so committed to it, I'm playing training camp with Jalen Milroe. Here's the thing, if he goes up to superstar, I'm starting him. I'm never doing that again. And as you can see, cornerback, a huge strength of this class, so I did assign that to our 3-star scout. It's not a massive position of need, but we still could use the depth for sure. And we are currently 2-5 of the midseason points, so things really aren't looking too good. Got about 104 mil there with K9, Reek Woolen, Charles Cross, Abe Lucas, Boye Mafe all here, Kobe Bean Bryant. And since K9 almost has full interest there, I'm gonna lower the money a little bit, but make it 5 mil, and he's back for 5 more. Reek Woolen was an older rookie coming out, so already 26 years old, but superstar. 88 overall for a 3-year deal. I don't mind that one bit. Charles Cross has no interest here, but the biggest thing is there's no mentor at his position. Can I just like go sign one in free agency then? Lucas Van Ness? What? Quinton Lake? Is that Jaquan McMillan? Jaquan McMillan's here? Hello? Our guy Donovan Smith though has the mentor tag, so hopefully this helps. I feel like I should probably sign Lucas Van Ness. Why would I not? And I never really check free agency. There's some good freaking players here, right? I'm signing Quinton Lake too. There's nothing you can do about it. Now, in terms of private workouts here, there is a left tackle projected to go top 5. We'll throw one on him in case we lose one of our guys. And the main dude I was eyeing is Brett Baker here, left end out of Boise State. And then we got one more for our name here. Our interior O-line could use some help, so BJ Gibbs, you're the man to do it. But as it stands, we're bottom of the NFC West right now, but if we string together a few wins, there is still a little hope. Sadly, false hope, though, as we end up going just 7-10. Sam Darnold, what are we saying about this season? 3,700 yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, but of course, just a 7-10 record. And that was with a monster run game in K9 who got his bag and was a happy man and flourished because of it. 16 tuds, almost 5 a carry, and almost 1,400 yards. Cooper Kupp led the way, albeit by 6 yards and plus 3 receptions from JSN, who both of them had good years. MVS, why were you playing? I thought I started freaking Torrey Horton. What? Sometimes it's hard to not start generational talents, though. I get it. Elijah Arroyo in year 1, though, for a 2nd-round pick, a little underwhelming. But how about the 1st-round pick in Gray Zabo, only giving up 3 sacks and 1,000+ downs played, the least on the team. As our guy EJ4 leads the way for tackles made. Has anybody ever called him that? I don't know. DeMarcus Lawrence, 16 TFLs, 15 for Leonard Williams, the big cat, 10 for Byron Murphy, as all 3 of those guys get good sack numbers as well, but we need another dude off the other side. Boye Mafe, a little underwhelming too. Lucas Van Ness had a 1.5. Nice. 4 picks for Spoon. A few people with 2 and 1. Check this out. We got Chiefs Commanders in the bowl. Both 1 seeds as well. As we had Caleb Williams dueling it out with JD5. And then the classic Mahomes, Josh Allen. And the Dolphins still suck. As we get an MVP from Jackson Mahomes' brother. Look at this though. Anthony Richardson 4. Number 5 is Michael Penix. As Matthew Golden ends up winning Offensive Rookie of the Year, T-Mac number 2, Arroyo somehow number 3, I couldn't tell you. But Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jalen Walker, James Pierce also in here as well. Will Johnson on his revenge tour. Nickerman Warrior top 4 though, I'll take it. Ooh, K9 ended up just winning Best RB straight up, ahead of a Josh Jacobs, CMC, Saquon Barkley, Jahmyr Gibbs, and DeMarcus Lawrence surprisingly wins Best Linebacker. Huh? I mean, his numbers were solid, all right, but I wasn't expecting all that. What is the verdict on this man, though? Because I don't want to just be mediocre. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to finish around 7-8 wins, just be in that middling pack where you're not bad enough to get a high draft pick, but you're not good enough to contend either. He will have just 2 years remaining on his deal. Do we make the switch up sooner than later? Huge one here, though. K9 up to Superstar X Factor, of course. Tori, how did you get all the way down there, man? And defensively, there you have it. Lawrence up to Superstar X Factor. Sadly, though, nobody else. I would love a Byron Murphy, a Devon Witherspoon, or a Nick Eamon-Warrior one soon. Oh my, absolute classic here. Chiefs win though, 43-35. Mahomes brings home another one. Wait, why does it still say no mentors at the position? Which puts his interest at little to nothing. We got these 2 guys to 5th year, and they will both be accepted, of course. Lucas Van Ness has a lot of interest. I feel like I'd be dumb not to extend him on a good... Get this right. You literally have green interests. I give you the deal you want, and you say no? Does he not remember when he was rotting away in free agency last season, and we gave him a chance? I gave him a chance. Go kick rocks, Lucas. Abe Lincoln for this much. I think we let him go. Kobe Bryant as a depth guy for us for this amount of money, I don't mind at all. And although I wanted to develop him into something, Boye Mafe didn't show me enough last season. So I guess we'll be throwing the bag here at Cross and hopefully he accepts his 5-year to be our, okay, not so fast buddy. I'm just checking out our roster now and Cooper Kupp is down to an 81 overall. I mean, that is just not what you like to see. And there wasn't too much going on in free agency, just bringing in Drake Jackson and then Caleb McGarry to be a stopgap right tackle. Stopgap? Is that a saying? Stopgate? Stop something? I don't know. But maybe he won't even be a starter because the left tackle we did earlier is a true top 5 guy. The left end is mid as hell though. We got a really good looking corner. I think we did a left guard too and he's going to be amazing value on day 3. And with Cooper Kupp 1 foot out the door, we got some solid receiver prospects we can get. Oh my goodness. Antoine Britt. Projected UDFA round 1 to 2. Look at the cornerback talent in this class though. My word, top 5, round 1, 1 to 2. Round 1 again, very top heavy though. Let's see, I'm gonna do a right tackle JJ Forbes here. I just want to know his talent. And then I am quite scared about our depth at pass rush because our guys are getting a little older. So the last one on this outside linebacker from the U. Chris Olave just came out and said, I'd really like for us to go out and get a quarterback in the draft. Tyler Shuck, you were not that guy. And I believe everybody knew that. Except for the Saints. This guy's projected to go 3, the corner top 5. I don't know about that. I don't know if we got the facilities to trade up to there. Where are we? We're 10. Okay, and this outside linebacker we did wouldn't even be good in China. We're at pick 10 now, and Phil Patterson. This outside linebacker at the top of the board here. A little enticing. We just don't know enough. It's either we go him though or trade down a little bit and then grab one of these great looking cornerbacks later on. And surprise, surprise, we're going to be doing it with San Francisco. Inner division. Little reminiscence of the Lions and Vikings when they traded out of the draft. We're getting 26-58, but a future 3rd round pick too. Like I said, I think a few of those corners will still be in the board, so let's pray for the best. And I mean, we'll look back at this moment, but as of right now, Phil Patterson has normal dev written all over him. But overall, I just wanted more picks, right? Because down the board is where we got some actual good talents in this draft class. But at the top, I'm not really too sure. Mike Blake here at 26 will be my choice, though. True round 1 talent with elite acceleration, great speed. Ran a 4.36 as well. We could use depth most certainly at cornerback. And now we round off a really, really good trio at the top of the board with Reek Wool and Devon Witherspoon and our guy Mike Blake, hidden dev. Even though we know he's not a great talent, I'm a little tempted to go Troy Calhoun. He looked like a solid prospect in potentially a position of need for the future. But I think BPA here is not this guy. I don't know how I managed to misclick that, but it's this dude right here, Manny Hilliard. The free safety out of Wisconsin. Julian Love is good, but he's getting a little up there in age now, and we don't really know which direction we want to go. So if we want to reset, rebuild, trade Julian Love away, Manny Hilliard will be next up alongside Nick Eamon-Warrior, of course, could be the safety pairing for the future. Maybe not, though. There were always signs. And I'm sorry, but this draft really just isn't moving me enough. I'm trading out at 26 here in round 2. We're getting a future 2nd, 4, and 7 there from Indy. Hopefully they suck. 2 picks here in round number 3. First and foremost, let's go ahead and take our guy BJ Gibbs, who might have to start for us at center right away. And after that, our O-line is pretty figured out, although we have a bit of a hole at right tackle now with Caleb McGarry only on a 1-year deal, but we'll figure that out when we got to figure that out. BJ Gibbs, round 1 talent in 32 in the class. Hidden dev as well is what you like to see. And I'm going to gamble a little bit here at pick 13. I am praying with everything I got that wide receiver will be there in round 4. Remember, he was projected UDFA, so he shouldn't go really unless a scout is as good as me. I'm taking Mike Rose, defensive tackle, elite strength. We need depth on the D-line. We need depth in the trenches. This was an awesome pick, though. 37 in the class? Only normal, but honestly, he'll play a role. He'll play a role. However, it will not be worth it if that receiver is off the board. But here he is, Antoine Britt, the round 1 to 2 talent. He is a 6'6" playmaker and just 21 years old. That's the thing. Out of West Virginia, 200 pounds, elite change of direction at 6'6". Brother, what are we getting? We're getting DK Metcalf on steroids, which would pretty much break the league. Antoine Britt, 50 in the class. We get him at 106. Played college basketball for 2 years because of course he did. Of course he did. Only normal. Only normal, but that's okay. Because with Cooper Kupp pretty much on the way out, he is going to be probably an impact starter. 98 agility, 97 change of direction at 6'6" is crazy. It's like Jalen Milroe in wide receiver form. Just unbelievable raw athleticism, but we got to mold him out to become a good player. So how was that draft overall? Mike Blake, 76, 74 for Hilliard, but he was only a normal. 74 for Gibbs, 74 for Mike Ross. There's 73 for the receiver later on too. Not bad. Not bad, pretty consistent. And oh my god, the Rams went with a 64 overall right end at number 4. You love to see it. Highest rated guy was a 79. We had a few other DBs at the top of the board here. Here's the tackle that we had. Here's the tackle the Niners went with. Oh, here's Phil Patterson. The man I almost went with at pick number 10 ends up being hidden. I said he'd be a normal guarantee. Did I make a mistake? Only a star, I ain't too mad about it. Nothing to lose sleep over at all, as we got enough staff points for we've seen enough, of course. Only 2 hidden devs in this class. We'll throw it on the safety. Or the corner. Because our guy BJ Gibbs is probably going to start for us right away here, so he'll get his reps. The corner... Nice. That class was just mid, bro. I'm telling you. Wow, I did not expect that to be accepted. I'm sending Cooper Kupp to Tennessee here, where all the washed receivers love to go, for a 3rd round pick. Hey, I like that a lot. And of course, that means our guy Antoine Britt can now be the wide receiver 3. And look at that. I'm trying to trade Anthony Bradford here. Look who's on Tennessee as well. Nick freaking Chubb. If that team was in 2020, they'd be unbelievable. A 2028 3rd round pick for Anthony Bradford. Don't mind if I do. Thank you, G-Man. Okay, and funnily enough, I said I'm going to start him right away. I don't really know where to fit him in on this O-line for now, so BJ Gibbs might sit for a year, and then we'll figure out where we need him to play. And oh yeah, I'm going to give Sam Darnold probably until midseason. We'll see how we're doing. If he's doing bad, if we're doing bad, Milroe's coming in. Mid-season point for year 2, and once again, it's just 2 wins to our name. Darnold, overall, your numbers look fine, but something's gotta give here. It's finally that time for us to see what we got in our former 3rd round pick out of Alabama in Jalen Milroe. We need something new, fresh, exciting for the team, for the morale, for the fans, and Jalen Milroe fits everything to a T. Maybe just a tad bit earlier than what the masses thought about it, right? But we think he's ready. And honestly, not a lot of people here to re-sign. We do have a lot of money in 130 mil, and really just going to be Charles Cross who's really in our long-term plans. He does have interest now, as I did sign a mentor at the position, so he should be chilling. What is wrong with this man? And if you didn't quite catch it, there are a lot of people on the D-line, a lot of people in the trenches are getting a little up there in age, out of contract, obviously not in our long-term plan, so our 3-star is going to be on defensive end, our 2 stars on defensive tackle as well. But when you look at this, week 8, Jalen Milroe's first star is going to be away in San Francisco. They're only 2-5. Can he get it done? 30-10. Definitely not what we hoped for, but you know, if we're gonna lose, let's lose. You know what I'm saying? And that was a disastrous debut from Milroe. That is not great at all. But like I said, let's lose. Let's get a high draft pick. Then Darnold's gonna give us too many wins to the point where we're just gonna be middling out, and we don't want to be there. 4 interceptions on the debut is crazy, though. I'm petrified. Private workout time, and there's a chance that we have a lot of good draft picks. So, you know what? I'm throwing it on the number 1 dude, Kenya Sellers here. Let's do Jamal Griffey out of Texas, the best D tackle in the class. And then you already know we always gotta throw one on a guard down the board. Josh Dillon's gonna be the guy. And okay, we ended up getting on a little streak there at the end of the year, as you can see. Go just 5-12. Obviously, miss out on the offskin. Finish as the 15th seed in the NFC. But I like what I saw from Milroe. We saw the flashes. I like what I see in the kid. 11th ranked offense in the league, you know. The defense was top 3. Next season, we're really going to be like that. 16-16 from Milroe. Obviously came in the middle of the season quite unexpectedly as well. But I think he held his own. Kind of. K9, once again, great though. 1,300 yards, almost 5 a carry. Just 7 tutties for him, though. And no 1,000-yard receivers this time. It's not the best wide receiver room right after trading away Cooper Kupp to JSN. Led the way, of course. Horton and Britt, solid as well. 800-plus yards for them, but we definitely maybe could still use an alpha. As great as JSN is, he primarily operates from the slot, so we still need kind of that demon out at the X. 11 sacks given up from center. Olu is horrible. I should have started Gibbs there. That's on me. That was dumb not to. 200 combined tackles from the 2 middle linebackers, of course. 12 TFLs for D-Law, 10 for Leonard Williams and Byron Murphy, as Derek Hall leads the way in sacks with 10 there. Love that. Leonard Williams with 9, Byron Murphy 8, DeMarcus Lawrence only with 3 now. He's kind of fallen off a cliff. Maybe we should have looked to trade him at midseason, see what we could have got, but A little too late now. As we get ourselves a Green Bay Buffalo Super Bowl, that'd be a fun one. Oh, okay, as Jordan Love just goes ahead and wins MVP too. What a year for him. And Tony Curtis, the quarterback that went number 2, wins Offensive Rookie of the Year just ahead of Antoine Britt. That was quite a disappointing season, but I think overall the fans, the staff, were all excited for Jalen Milroe's breakout season next year as Buffalo wins themselves number 1. Josh Allen, of course, your Super Bowl MVP. Once again, Cross is back to no interest because we have no mentors, and remember, he declined us already. However, I am willing to bump up the money. He is our franchise left tackle. We got Milroe now as our starting QB1, who's not making much at all. I'm buying in Locker for 24 staff points. Stop being so dang greedy, Charles. Well, alright then. 5th-year option for Byron Murphy, of course. Zach Charbonnet, Derek Hall, and Wosu probably all going. Leonard Williams, I wouldn't mind back. He does have interest as well. And same with Drake Jackson, who is fairly cheap. And Charles Cross is getting tagged again. That leaves us still with about 90 mil to spend, though. We got Brian Branch, Tyreek Hill is here, Laramie Tunsil, Joey Bosa. Is there any sort of pass rush talent here besides Bosa's old ass? Nothing too exciting here. Not gonna lie with you guys. I tried to sign BJ Ojulari and even Derek Hall back, but both of them declined, so we're settling with Felix Anyudike Uzoma. We kind of just need something at outside linebacker right now because it's not looking good. The receiver at the top is top 5, but I just think our squad is not good enough for us to make a big move like that. I mean, crap. Is he generational though? All A's in the key rating, 6'5", remember. Physical archetype with elite acceleration, elite jumping, great speed, great 6'5", ran a 4.37. I might just have to. He might just be too good. Now, we did put our national scout on defensive end, of course, and there are only a handful of solid ones. I'm gonna throw number 1 on Tyler Fletcher here, outside linebacker out of Iowa. What an awesome class to need a right tackle. Hello? Yes, those were literally all of them. I'm gonna throw one on this guard, I guess. And then middle linebacker, Jonathan Gales. And okay, good news. Kenya Sellers is projected to go number 3, and we have pick number 4. It shouldn't be too bad. Oh my god, and the right guard we did is awesome, round 1. The middle linebacker, solid value too, round 1 to 2 talent. And the outside linebacker is a round 1. 2027 draft is here. Gil Bryan goes number 1, no more Bryce Young. And I have been bamboozled. Kenya Seller goes number 2 overall. He's probably like 85 overall, dude. No. We were absolutely going to do it as well, but you know what? Maybe a blessing, because now I can grab ourselves a little Tyler Fletcher here, the man that we scouted out of Iowa. Only 21 years old, speed rusher, but also 6'5", so he's built like a beast. Elite jumping, elite speed, a huge position of need as well. Tyler Fletcher, please be special. Please be what we need. Number 19 in the class, and hidden dev. There's upside. There's some upside. Man, the Titans just did us so freaking dirty, bro. Okay, round 2, pick 4, we got Gregory Davenport here out of Clemson. Big run-stopping defensive end, 6'3", 296, round 1 to 2. True talent as well. Like I said, we need to beefing out the trenches. Once again, that defensive line, that front 7 as a whole. 28 in the class. And another hidden dev with 93 strength. Ooh. We also have pick number 9. I guess I don't even know what. Remember when the good old days when you could just check what picks you have on the draft screen? Yeah. I missed that. I wonder why they took that out. So you know what? I guess I'll go with that middle linebacker. Jonathan Gales here, 21 years old, pass coverage archetype, round 1 to 2 talent, could be good depth behind Knight, and of course, I forgot his name, Ernest Jones Jr., of course. 3 hidden devs in a row. And I don't know if you caught it, but the Broncos were the number 3 pick this season, so I'm trading out of pick 2 here in round 3 to get a future second from Denver. And then we have our pick at number 4 in round 3, where we can take the right guard, Martell Harris here. Round 1, true talent, may just be a day 1 starter for us, ranked number 22 in the class. Oh my, we go 4 for 4. Maybe just one more pick here in round 4. I see a center that I kind of... You saw nothing. Future 3rd from the Raiders, don't mind if I do. 75 overall for Fletcher, 74 for Davenport, Jonathan Gales, 75 for the right guard as well. But you know who we're looking for? Yep, 84 overall. We were gonna do it. We were gonna make the move up too. I mean, I should have jumped the Broncos, but man, I really was hoping he'd just fall to our lap, but damn. That would have helped out Jalen Milroe's development so nicely as well, to have a superstar like Kenya Sellers, man. Superstars underselling it. All right, well, you know what that means then? It means we need Tyler Fletcher to be special, because that's who we ended up going with. Tyler, if we see anything other than gold, we might be a little angry. He's a star. Woohoo! Well, all right, here's how we're looking. Revamp the O-line a little bit, including moving Gray Zabel actually to right tackle so we can start Harris. So BJ Gibbs is now the starting center, Christian Haynes as well. Hey, it's not a bad group if I say so myself. We just got to figure out what to do with this guy. Obviously not going to be utilized anymore. We even signed Geno Smith to be our backup. Will Johnson. Inner division, though. I don't know if I want to do that. Dak. Paulson Adebo. I mean, these deals are Paulson Adebo plus a second-round pick. These deals are not bad at all. But there's not many of them, eh? However, we found a suitor, Sam Darnold, heading back to New York, but with the other team. We're sending him a 3rd, 4th, and 6th round pick for Kayvon Thibodeau. Of course, the odd man out now with Abdul Carter and Brian Burns there. We also get their 1st rounder this season. Awesome addition, though, as Kayvon is exactly what we need. I might change the scheme up a little bit, though. Gonna be trying out Atlanta offense as well as Buffalo defense, as we've now moved into a 4-3. See how it goes. And okay, mid-season point, we're just 2-5, despite our team overall being up to an 87. We do have an award winner, though, Tyler Fletcher, putting up 3 sacks last week. And Milroe's numbers aren't great. I mean, he's just throwing too many picks. Speaking of picks, though, we have a ton of them this season. Outside linebacker looks like a very big strength. We do have a ton of money in our wallet, but a lot of great players are just about up on their deal, including JSN himself, the main man. Of course, we'd like to bring him back. Ernest Jones accepts a fairly modest deal considering everything. Spoon declines us, though, despite actually having interest. And for my scouts, I'm intrigued in this receiver, the #1 guy in the class, the #1 player on the board, Matthew Davis, a tackle here, only 21 as well. And then the last one, you know what? We'll throw it on another receiver here, Will Gill. Spoon's back for 3, never in doubt. And I'm not gonna lie, this just might be something personal, as we end up just going 6-11 again. We may have gone that last year as well. It's not looking good. The division was so bad too. It was up for grabs. The NFC was up for grabs, honestly. And Milroe just looks like he hasn't developed much in the passing games. Good yards, good touchdown numbers, but 24 interceptions is way too much, and such a low completion rate too. He was solid on the ground, though, contributing with 12 touchdowns. Of course, K9 had 1,240 yards there, extremely efficient. I wish we gave him the ball a little bit more. As Antoine Britt led the way, he had a great year, 1,150 yards, 13 touchdowns. JSN was #4 on our team. We just gave him big money as well. I think Antoine Britt was in the slot, but we might have to make a playbook change or something, because JSN's got to be the main guy here. 130 total tackles for Ernest Jones, new contract man, Big Cat, 12 TFLs, 10 for Byron Murphy. Their sack numbers look awesome. 11 for Kayvon Thibodeau, 12.5 for Tyler Fletcher, the rookie chosen. At #4, of course, Byron Murphy, 8.5, 7 for Big Cat. Hey, the defensive line put in some work. I'm not even gonna lie. Spoon, the only guy with over 1 interception here. But yeah, maybe it's a no-go for Atlanta playbook, as we got Ravens-Rams in the Super Bowl. The Rams were like 8-9. As Lamar wins himself another MVP, Milroe, can you get yourself to that point one day? That's what I'm hoping for. Some good news, though. Tyler Fletcher does win Defensive Rookie of the Year. But other than that, there's not too much here to smile about. Britt doesn't even go up after a pretty good season. Harris, Martell Harris, looks to be a superstar development trait, which is awesome to see. What did we get him? Round 3? Okay, then that's a great building block to build around on the offensive line. I see Tyler Fletcher going up to superstar. Devon Witherspoon up to superstar as well. Gale, sadly, only a star development there. But I kind of like, and I'm kind of happy about the upgrades we got. As the Ravens beat the Rams out the park, 33-10, Super Bowl MVP goes to Nnamdi Madubuike. As we got ourselves a Gray Zabel 5th-year option. And Charles Cross, I don't even know anymore. Take it or leave it, buddy. He's leaving. Let's see what we got here in free agency. We do have 140 mil. Jahmyr Gibbs, Will Anderson. Will Anderson has no teams interested in him. Yes, sure. I'll take him. Tyler Smith, Xavier Worthy, Dominic Pooney, Edgerrin Cooper. What is going on in this class? Charles Cross is like the 19th best man. Ali McNeil, Nolan Smith, superstar dev. Whoa. Whoa. Before we splash some cash, I would like to look at some of the players that we scouted. This guy's top 5, round 1 to 2, round 1 to 2. The receiver is also a round 1, both of the guys we did. But tell you what, at this point, we have 140 mil to blow. Let's freaking spend it all. It's time to put the foot on the gas pedal. I feel like we've been holding back this entire video so far. All 5 players gone, and all 5 players are now coming to Seattle. Some huge names here. Let's go. Headlined by none other than Joshua Cardi. We even just added now Samuel Womack, Sir Vosea Dennis, I don't know how to pronounce it, and Geno Smith is back as well. I'm getting depth. We're filling out this team to the brim.
It just felt like the right place to sign. Now it's time to get the work. Shut up.
So annoying, that guy, man. I swear. Okay, draft time. What are we thinking about? I'm low-key eyeing this tackle. I kind of want him. Is he special enough, though? Are we going to have to trade up? He's got all A's there. Solid athlete as well. I mean, nothing spectacular, though. But damn it, his core attributes look top freaking notch. And remember, we have 2 first-rounders, so with the other one, I would like to go with one of these guys. But after losing Julian Love, we could use another safety, so Alex Bird and Clifton Thompson. And then low-key, I don't think we have an actual center, so I'm going to throw it on Cody Sinclair here. Matthew Davis is projected to go number 1 overall. We do have number 6, and our other pick is number 11. I believe this is the Giants, so that's actually not bad at all. Will Gill going 16. Ooh, Alex Bird, the strong safety. Round 1 true talent. The center needs to start learning Ni Hao. Guys, I'm not gonna lie with you. I feel like trading up for a tackle is just kind of crazy, like to number 1, that is. But I guess it doesn't hurt to try. Like, what are they looking for? Like K9 and number 6. 4 first-round pick. There's no way, man. There's no way. If it was a receiver like the one we saw last year, I would have loved nothing more than to pull that trigger, but for a tackle, I don't think it's worth it when our O-line is like already kind of solid. And a ginormous deal has gone through. Kayvon Thibodeau is going to Washington, as well as our number 6 overall pick. A 3rd this year. We have a few of them. 6 and a 7, but we get a 91 overall superstar Sam Cosmi on our offensive line now, as well as moving back to, I think, 26, 28 is their pick. So with that trade, we now solidify our offensive line. At number 11 here, we are still free to go with our guy, Will Gill, the receiver out of Florida. 21 years old, can be an immediate impact player on our team. We're going to need him to be as well. Number 17 in the class. And he just might not be that guy. I trusted that so much. That is kind of pain. But at number 28, we traded back because we can still grab Alex Bird here out of Oregon as well. Sko Ducks, of course. He's probably going to be the starter immediately as well because we don't have Julian Love anymore. So Alex Bird, number 11 in the class, almost a top 10 talent. Hidden dev. A monster alongside Eamon Warrior for the rest of the rebuild. Round 2, pick 6 now. Juan Westbrook, a tight end, also out of Florida. Hopefully a lot better than Will Gill, but he's giving me kind of Kyle Pitts vibes. Elite agility, elite speed, elite strength. Killed the combine with the fastest 40 time as well. And standing at 6'6", 22 years old as well, 255 pounds. This guy is built like an absolute demigod. He's ranked number 19 in the class. Elijah Arroyo has been a little quiet. Juan Westbrook might just jack his chain. I feel like I gotta take this guy. His name is literally Lane Johnson, and he plays on the offensive line. I mean, you can't write it better than that. I'll take a little Lane Johnson regen, if you know what I'm saying. 50 in the class. Hidden dev. If he's a freaking smidge of what Lane Johnson was, that's a Hall of Fame player right there. I'm not gonna lie, guys. We're in round 3 now. And these 2 quarterback prospects are still here. One was a top 5 projection. The other guy was around 1. David Luckett here out of Memphis, just 22 years old. Not the craziest of athletes there, but the intangibles are kind of there. And then Dexter Ellis here, also 22 years old, scrambler archetype out of Arkansas. Whoa, elite. Oh my God. Yo, in round 3, like we have multiple picks as well. His awareness isn't great, but I mean, Milroe hasn't shown us, that he's going to be the guy long-term as well. Dexter Ellis may be the answer. 46, that's not even bad at all. And he's, okay. We might have something here. Milroe's going to get one last shot, but healthy competition never hurts. We have another pick at number 6. Should I just go with the other quarterback? Actually, thank God I remembered. Tyrone Hall, we had scouted round 1 to 2 talent here out of Oregon. Sko Ducks, once again, elite depth at our linebacker. At the linebacker position, of course, 45 in the class. We get him at 70, and I just think we smashed this draft out the park. Besides our guy Will Gill, who was like the dude I was most confident in too. And believe me, I want to do this with Jalen Milroe just as much as you guys do, but if he doesn't show us anything this next season, Dexter Ellis might have to take over. What a freaking class we just had. As Matthew Davis, the tackle, of course, number 1, ends up being 80 overall, but nothing, generational. Nothing like Kenya Sellers, who we saw last season. Trade up would have been cool. I just don't think it would have been worth it. Here's the other receiver we also had scouted. I could have stayed at 6 and got him because we traded all the way to 28 anyway, so either or would have worked. He's not that special either, though. Hey, what are we thinking here? We got options, almost pretty much everybody we went ends up being hidden dev. I think I'm going to go Juan Westbrook, the tight end. He's a good dev trait. He's going to start right away. Because as I mentioned earlier, Arroyo hasn't done too much. Ooh. Ooh, Juan Westbrook, welcome to the I can't start him because he's at fullback. And do not forget all of the offseason acquisitions that we made, getting us up to an 89 overall. Now, Jalen Milroe, you got some healthy competition breathing on your neck, so we're going to need you to step up, my guy. But this is not the same team of the past. We got a Will Anderson now. Edgerrin Cooper. Tyler Fletcher's developing into one of the best young pass rushers in the league. Lee McNeil alongside Byron Murphy. Alex Bird, of course, going to be starting at free safety now. Linebacker depth is crazy as well. This is not the same old team we've seen in the past few seasons. But it's a make it or break it season for Jalen Milroe. Will he fold or will he let the naysayers know?
Huh?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, baby. That is all Jalen Milroe needed. He needed somebody behind him. As we are now 6-1 at the midseason point. I think this is tied for the amount of wins we've had the past 2 years. And not just that, we're putting up numbers. 52-14 against the Panthers, 45-14 win against the Vikings, and we can get ugly with it too. 13-12 interdivision battle. Oh my, you just love to see it. Milroe is a top 3 passer in the league. K9 up here. Will Anderson, the new addition, already with 8 sacks. Here we freaking go. This class is looking a little bit weird. I threw it on corners just because it's one of the biggest strengths. And if I'm not mistaken, we should have some Devies. Obviously not the quarterback. Why? No, why are you at freaking fullback, man? Oh, that just made me so angry. Don't have Hall, Bird, only a star. Okay, we did give out a ton of money last offseason, but still have 85 mil in the bag. Sam Cosme, Byron Murphy, Reek Woolen, Jalen Milroe now needs a contract, although not asking for the most. And you know what? Let's try to get this done absolutely ASAP because this quarterback deal was absolute dirt compared to everything else, you know. And what we've seen from him this season, he's going to be the dude. Guess we can negotiate with Nick Eamon-Wari as well. Doesn't have too much interest though, but is still ready to stay in Seattle. He sees the vision. There is a running back projected to go 7. I'm honestly a little intrigued. To be quite frank with you though, our team is pretty filled out now. I don't even really know what we could use anymore. Maybe Manu Ruiz, a defensive tackle out of the O. And with Sam Cosme potentially being a rental, I guess we can go with another guard. Regular season just about up. Ooh. We end off kind of on a sour note, only going 10-7, still win the NFC West and by a comfortable margin too, but a 6-1 start to end 10-7 is a little disappointing, and it seems like everything cooled off a little bit. Milroe still finishes with 4,369 yards, 38 touchdowns is awesome. Picks still a little tad too much at 16, but it's a big improvement from the seasons past. K9 once again great double-digit touchdowns, 5.2 a carry, 1,075 yards. Once again though, I wish he would have around 250 to 300 carries. Like he's literally a 99 overall. Let's feed the beast now. Let's not throw the ball now on obvious running down situations, if you know what I'm saying. JSN, almost 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns for the main man. Antoine Britt, Torrey Horton, solid as well. And this is very annoying. Royal was starting ahead of Juan Westbrook. I don't know what even happened, because I promise you I changed it, man. Edgerrin Cooper, 120 tackles for him, 14 TFLs for Fletcher, 12 for Byron Murphy, 10 for Will Anderson, who got 19 sacks on the season, 9.5 for Byron Murphy, 8.5 for Fletcher, 8 for McNeil. Defensive line was absolutely phenomenal, as well as the defense as a whole. We got good freaking pick numbers too. And let's see, yeah, the offense top 5 unit overall. The defense, okay, maybe not. Just kidding, because we're here, so I'm finally happy. We have the Carolina Panthers in the wild card round. Beat them 31-17. Now have the 9-8 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who finished top of their division? No, 3rd in their division. We just beat the Panthers, who were number 2, of course. Let's not send to the Super Bowl. I am an absolute mess right now. Buccaneers, they got to come to the 12th man, to Lumen Field. We beat them 45-13, but now we have a juggernaut in our way. The 15-2 Philadelphia Eagles, Bird versus Bird action. This is one that we might just have to hop into. An X Factor Smitty, an X Factor Hurts, an X Factor Jalen Carter. Do we got the team? Do we got the team to do it? Jalen Hurts versus Jalen Milroe. The Jalen's battling it out. We said at the beginning of the video, remember, hopefully Milroe turns more into Hurts than Malik Willis. And here we have it 4 or 5 years down the line. These two quarterbacks dueling it out in the NFC Conference Championship. It's a 7-0 start. It's a 14-0 start. Our offense is going crazy, and our defense might even be over or outplaying them by holding Philly to 13 points now. Oh, God, it's getting scary now. It's getting scary. Philly does have the ball. They got a long way to go, though. 3rd and 8 here. Do convert, though, after a 11-yard reception by James Nash. The clock is ticking. Some huge plays here by Will Anderson. And I don't know the other one, but it's back-to-back sacks, giving them a 3rd and 28. We're in prime position to get a stop here, and they missed the field goal. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I don't want to hop in too much here because this isn't even the Super Bowl, but let's ice this game out, boys. Let's ice this game out. Remember, we got a 99 K9, K99 as Milroe smartly takes us to the 2-minute warning now. 3rd and 3 on the Philly 42. K99 inches. Gotta give him the ball again. Gotta give him the ball again. Gotta give him the ball again, and we can read some of the coverages as well. We got 2 line, they're all out in the box. I still think we give it to him. No, we're letting Milroe throw for it, and it's Juan Westbrook, the superstar rookie tight end that may have just iced the game and gives us a Super Bowl ticket in the freaking, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, in the breakout season for Jalen Milroe. Hopefully we can ice this game out. Another good run there by K9. That's our final timeout. I think we're in pretty good business here. Block Milroe. Okay, it is a 3rd and 6. There is about 1:10 minutes left on the clock, though, so at least 40 seconds should be off here. We gotta run it. No. At least complete it. Oh, K99. K99, you are such a dog. You are such a dog. That is on me for even doubting any play that involved you. Jalen Milroe, what a freaking dime as well. And ladies and gentlemen, victory form against the 15-2 Eagles. How did we just do that? We're on an absolute Cinderella run right now. Jalen Milroe is the best Jalen quarterback in the league. Oh my God, and look who the main man was. It was Juan Westbrook himself. 8 receptions for 114 yards. And this is why sometimes you gotta just spend the big bucks. Will Anderson. Will freaking Anderson, 3 tackle for losses, 8 total tackles, by the way, 2.5 sacks this game. Ali McNeil, another man we paid, gets himself involved too. The defense really came through for us there. Because if I'm not mistaken, we were up 21-0, right? So we just started off hot, didn't score again for the rest of the game, but our defense held strong when they needed to. And our offense clutched up by getting 1st down after 1st down, but here we have it. The real dynasty juggernauts themselves. As Joey B wins himself an MVP, and I'm quite surprised to see no Jalen Milroe in the top 10. It's fine though, we'll take a Super Bowl appearance any day of the week. Westbrook number 2, if he would have started the whole season, he definitely would have won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Bird number 5. Go check out some quick devies real quick. Jalen Milroe does not go up to superstar. That's the one we kind of needed, I'm not going to lie. JSN, though, up to superstar is awesome to see. Milroe had a good year. I think those picks, though, are just hindering his development a little bit. How in the world does Will Anderson not go up to superstar, but also, how is he not already a superstar? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? That's one of the most bogus things I've ever seen in my life. This Chiefs roster still got their guys. Rice, McDuffie, Humphrey, this dude, Leo Chanel, Trey Smith still there. I mean, literally just their squad. Javon Bullard's made his way over here. Sua Mata'ia has developed now. Josh Simmons, wow, up to an 88 overall. So he has panned out, you know, after his injury concerns or whatever. Ashton Giolette as well, 82 overall, pretty solid. It's the Chiefs, man. It's the freaking Chiefs. But we are the Giant Slayers, 91 overall team. They are 90. It's a hell of a matchup here. Can we take down another juggernaut? Seattle, what do you got for me? What do you got for our first playoff appearance of the video too? And the boys are doing this. Okay, this is how we started last game as well. 7-14 now. Chiefs do respond. Chiefs have ball again to start the second half. 10-14 now. We have a 10-point lead heading into the 4th quarter. 5 minutes to go, and we may have just daggered them by a K9 4-yard rushing touchdown. We may have just daggered them. 2 minutes to go. We just got a turnover. Interception by none other than the 2025 second-round pick, Cam Chancellor Jr. and Nick Emanwari. And ladies and gentlemen, on our first playoff appearances, we make a Cinderella story of the ages here, making it all the way to the Super Bowl, beating the 15-2 Eagles, the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and we get ourselves a Lombardi. In what, year 4, year 5, the Jalen Milroe breakout season. We drafted a quarterback just in case he didn't work out this season, splashed a ton of money in last year's offseason to get to this point, and it all worked out. It all worked out well because now we're standing on the podium with the commissioner with the Lombardi trophy in our hands, baby. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, Legion and Boom V2 is so back. Mahomes had 100 yards. He could not do anything on us. Shout out to K9, who might just win himself Super Bowl MVP, although did fumble the ball once. And quite a surprise leader here, it's Torrey Horton, another man from the 2025 class as well. 9 receptions for him, 117 yards. Juan Westbrook, JSN also involved. Damian Martinez as well. Oh my God, nope. Oh my God. Tyler Fletcher with a 4.5 sack freaking game, freaking performance in the Super Bowl against Mahomes, who was getting flashbacks to that Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl, to the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl. Yeah. Have you met Tyler freaking Fletcher? Dude, that was crazy. We just absolutely steamrolled that 31-17, 45-13, 21-16, 27-10. And remember, this was after a 6-1 start, but then the second half of the season, we started to lose some form there, including a 4-game losing streak in the tail end of the season. The momentum was not there. The people were saying we're folding when the moments are brightest. But the squad just absolutely showed up, and Jalen Milroe takes home Super Bowl MVP. I mean, his numbers were modest at best. How do you not give it to a defensive lineman that gets 4.5 sacks, though, and we only hold them to 10 points, you know what I'm saying? Tyler Fletcher kind of robbed in daylight there, but I'm happy for Milroe to get it, of course. He's kind of the main topic of this video, so that is awesome to see. Cosme, Byron Murphy, Reek Woolen, Mike Blake, 5th-year option, Arroyo, Torrey Horton, the man who just had an awesome performance in the biggest game of them all. I think Reek on a 1-year certainly wouldn't hurt. He has maximum interest too. Oof. Okay, here is where a lot of money is going to get tied into. And I want Byron Murphy back desperately. Obviously a Seattle player in real life, and he's developed now into one of the best interior defensive linemen in the league. And it's looking like a tag for him, so maybe we try to sign a few other players here. Cosme was huge for us this season. Actually, he's back for 2, despite having little interest. Mike Blake, 5th year. I'm going to hold out on that. Arroyo, I think I'm going to have to let go as well. Horton. I think we got Will Gill now. Shout out to him for what he did in the Super Bowl. I'm going to have to let him go as well. Let's go ahead and tag Byron Murphy, and we don't have too much to work with now in the offseason. And not too much happening either way, just a backup tight end. And what are we cooking here? We have a top 5 running back that we did, and both of the corners at the top of the board, also top 5. And okay, we have 2 round 1 true talent receivers at the top of the board too. The guard we did sucks. Throwing one on tackle, Kerry Hutchinson. There's actually another top 5 corner down the board, round 1 to 2. There is also a round 1 to 2 guy going in round 3 to 4 projection, who's only 21 years old out of SC. USC, not South Carolina. Although I may have forgotten, oh yeah, our pick is 32. So all those very nice looking corners, our top 5 talents going up here, probably a no-go for us. And with pick 32, Kelvin Favors, the round 1 receiver, is still on the board. Check this out. Deep threat out of North Carolina, right? Elite acceleration, agility, speed, ran a 4.27, great change of direction, great jumping. This guy fits everything that we're looking for. Jalen Milroe could use a deep threat as well, number 20 in the class. And Normal Dev, what is me with receivers in this video? I couldn't freaking hit one if my life was on the line. My freaking goodness. Okay, round 2, end of round 2. We still got this corner, obviously. Donovan, easily round 1 to 2 talent. Out of USC and just 21 years old, 6'3", 193 as well. Built like a monster and has that hidden development trait that we all love to see. End of round 3 now. I don't know. Sean Can it get any worse than this? I don't think so. Overall, though, still happy with our selections of Kelvin Favors and Donovan Easley, who are both a 75. My God, I mean, I didn't really look at him because obviously we had no shot, but it's actually quite cool to see us have a few generational players in this video, though. I did nothing to the draft class. They're all on normal, so we've seen him now. We've seen Kenya Sellers. We saw an awesome-looking tackle as well. Good to see. Good to see. Oh, my God. Okay, Micah Brackett, also 83 overall. If we had him scouted, that was the last top 5 guy. We could have traded up and got him pretty easily as well. Nate Archibald, wasn't that like a old point guard in the NBA? And in terms of revealing somebody, we only got Donovan Easley here. So let's go and check him out real quick. Ooh. Ooh, okay, that puts a spanner in the works. And also this Ellis fella ended up only being a star. I wonder if he has any decent value to him? How? He's a 23-year-old with star depth. What in the Browns have a superstar X-Factor left tackle. Robert Schaefer. I kind of want him. How about straight up? You guys could use a quarter. Okay, not gonna lie, I really want him, and I probably only got 1 or 2 more years in me. We already won a Super Bowl, so I am content. So now let's just get us a superstar X Factor offensive lineman, please. If I throw in this 3rd round pick, will you say yes? No. But if I throw in our guy, BJ Gibbs, get rid of the 3rd round pick, the trade is accepted. We're trading away Gibbs because we do have Lane Johnson, who's gonna go into that starting role now at center. Now we get this guy. Actually, I'm sorry, Lane Johnson. Obviously, we're moving Gray Zabel inside, and Robert Schaefer is going to be our new starting right tackle. And this team looks absolutely gorgeous. Offense and defense. We're the reigning Super Bowl champs. Can we go back to back, though? Oh, whoa. Wait, Tyler Fletcher. Now as X Factor development, I freaking love it. I'll take it. Just chilling here in week 3, obviously doing our scouting and everything, and Tyler Fletcher's doing his thing. And then he literally did cardio for the next game. I get it. Gray Zabel, 3-year deal. Byron Murphy thinks he's Charles Cross, though. As we do got some big names here once again, but I think I'll wait till the end of the season. 1 seed. 12-5 record gets us the 1 seed. I'll take it. Eagles fell off tremendously, but 12-5 record is just enough for us. As our offense, once again, top 5, just like last season. Defensively, top 2. And it is 2, not 1. And okay, Milroe, amazing once again. 4,262 yards. I don't know where I got the 2 from. 39 touchdowns and only 14 interceptions. It seems like everything else is going up, and the interceptions just keep going down. Although, for some reason, his only player tag still is bridge quarterback. He's a 90 and 26 freaking years old. And don't forget, we have him on the absolute biggest bargain deal of all time. This kind of gives me vibes of when the Warriors signed Stephen Curry to like a pretty regular deal, and then he became what he became. It's pretty much what we got in Milroe here. And then that'll allow us to go get our KD and pay our Draymonds and Klay Thompson and whatnot. K9. Pretty regular season for him. He's been a beast all freaking vid. JSN, 1,090 yards, 15 touchdowns, though, is cool to see. Antoine Britt, the number 2. Juan Westbrook, the tight end 1 now, is cool to see. And Will Gill is a wide receiver 3. I cannot complain. I haven't showed you guys many sack numbers, but I'll just say Tyler Guyton sucks. Dude is out there blocking blindfolded, man. 16 TFLs for Byron Murphy, 15 for Fletcher, 10 for Will Anderson, and once again puts up 16.5 sacks. He's been a monster off the edge. 12 for Ali McNeil, 11 for Tyler Fletcher, 9 for Byron Murphy. I love this defensive line we have built. 4 picks for Edgerrin Cooper, Mike Blayton, 2 for Jonathan Gales, the linebacker that we drafted a few years back, getting involved now. But let's see if the boys can do it. A 1 seed is pretty cool to see, but can we maintain our playoff success here against the 10-7 Packers at Lumen Field? 36-24 dub. Now of the 10-7 Vikings, another NFC North team. And we absolutely blow them out the park, 35-0, and just something just got into the boys, man. Something just got into the boys, and we are undefeated in the playoffs throughout this entire video, but have the 14-3 New England Patriots in the bowl. A rematch of what, 2012, 2013 it was? So super excited for that, as Josh Allen was MVP too. Was indeed Drake May, though. Seems like he's developing into quite the quarterback now. We literally didn't win 1 freaking award. Joshua Carty was the closest we got. But hey, that's cool with me. I'll rack up Super Bowl appearance after Super Bowl appearance, and they are doing Jalen Milroe so dirty. How has he not gone up to superstar? After that season, after last season as well, there is an agenda against my boy Jalen Milroe. Defensively, Tyler Fletcher up to X Factor is great. Devon Witherspoon up to superstar X Factor as well. I like it. Will Anderson too. Will Anderson and Jalen Milroe, they got something out for them. Even the interior guys, at least one of these dudes should definitely be a superstar at this point. But that's okay. That's okay, because like I mentioned, give me the Super Bowls. Give me the Super Bowls. Drake May, 98 overall. C. Gonzalez, 100. Where was I going with that? I don't know. He's a 98 overall. They have the next Gronk or Aaron Hernandez. Travion Henderson, 92 overall. Now Will Childers, great safety. It seems like they've drafted extremely well. Of course, after their 2025 class, which seems to be, a lot of people's favorite of the best draft class, they have continued that with a Zach Sheffield, a Kyle Price. Uh-oh. It's personal now. This matchup is personal now. Hey, that's all I needed to see, boys. That is all I needed to see. We're in 92. They're in 86. They got the better record, though, so may the best team win. Although I will say our boys are playing off straight hatred for Charles Cross on the opposing lines. Quick 7-0 start. Yo, whenever I hop in, we're insane. 21 zip first half. 28 zip. 20. They get a. You can have a safety. You can have a safety. You can have a touchdown at the end of the game in the fourth quarter when the game is already out of reach. It's a 28-9 Super Bowl win, and the Seattle Seahawks, more importantly, get their revenge on the New England Patriots. This time, though, it was a little more comforting than the last appearance they matched up against each other in the bowl. That's back-to-back Super Bowls. This team has just absolutely built itself into a dynasty, or I built it into a dynasty. I'll take care of it. And shout out to Jalen Milroe, who's now a Super Bowl champion 2 times. And he completely outplayed Drake May as well. Honestly, though, our defense in the playoffs is just one of the best ever. I mean, this is literally Legion of Boom V2. Every single quarterback that we face in the playoffs just absolutely folds against us. It's a great sight to see. Nothing too crazy this time around, but 1 sack for Fletcher, Murphy, Anderson, and Devon Witherspoon gets the lone interception of the game. This honestly couldn't be going any better. We're sitting here now at back-to-back Super Bowl champions. Jalen Milroe is your back-to-back Super Bowl MVP, and just a few seasons back, we were questioning whether he could be the franchise guy. He's answered all the questions. He's let the naysayers know. Man, and you know what? I got one more in me. 87 mil to spend. Let's go all out. Let's try to do the unprecedented three-peat. I'm literally just going to try to sign, like, everybody back. So we got Cooper. We got Reek. Mike Blake, low-key. We got our guy easily now the superstar. So I'm going to ride with him. Aleem McNeil all of a sudden has no interest. It's a scheme fit base for 3, no interest. Dude, that's been my scheme this whole time. And it was green before. Thank you. Antoine Britt, you know what, low-key, we're going to give Kelvin Favors a shout for the next year. Mike Rose, backup defensive tackle, why not? And that all leads us to this point where we can 5th year Tyler Fletcher, offer Byron Murphy this deal, and but we slap him across the face, say shut up, and we're going to go ahead and franchise tag him. Andre Cisco and our guy Luke, welcome back to the team. We literally have had nothing left. And this is all I needed to see. There is a top 5 receiver in the class. There is actually a projected undrafted dude, Tim Pierre, who's round 1 to 2 talent, but it's our final season. We don't got time for projects. The problem, however, is he's projected to go number 1. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure that's quite possible. I'll give it a go, but trading up from 32 to number 1 is just about an impossible task unless you give up a player like Tyler Fletcher, which we can say hell no to. So we'll stick and pick at 32 with the Lombardi Trophy right by our side and take Manny Washington. Round 1 true talent, strong safety out of FSU, DBU, ranked 18 in the class, and will play a part on the back-to-back Super Bowl champs team. Oh, and I have an outside linebacker, Matthew Cavanaugh. Round 1 true talent here at the end of round 2. Looks awesome. I think we lost some linebacker. I'm not top 10 talent. Oh. But then at the end of round 3 here, I said we don't got time for him. But he's too good to pass up here. Tim Pierre might just have a spot on our roster that has his name written all over it. The round 1 to 2 talent projected. UDFA is number 47 in the class. But only normal dev. Have I had a hidden development receiver? I've genuinely gone with one like every class too. And I guess it was a bit much to ask for that guy to be hidden, but like, dang, give me one, you know. Solid 3 overalls. Brian Fowler, however, the receiver, of course, that we saw, that we knew was going to be great. 83. I mean, maybe I should have tried a player or two. Never mind. Never mind, I would have been very upset. Revealed Manny Washington, and he's only a star, sadly. But that is okay, because the team he's joining is pretty freaking good already. Back-to-back Super Bowl champion. Good, as his offense pretty much is remaining the same. Will Gill and Kelvin Favors will have to step up in a bigger role, though. And then, hey, for the defense, we pretty much just brought the boys back. Easley's going to have to play in a bigger role now at CB3, but everything else remains the same. The championship DNA is here. Can we do the three-peat? Here in 2030 now, can we end off with the bang? 12-5 record, the same record as last year, not as lucky though, as we do finish as the 5 seed this time around. The NFC is catching up, but the boys cooked once again. We'll skim through these. Milroe, I think, a career high for yards, a career high for touchdowns with 45, and a career low for interceptions with 10. And yes, that is a career low even after the year we threw him in the middle of the season in like week 8. He still managed to throw 16 picks somehow. K99, once again, dog, 12 tutties, 5.3 a carry, over 1,200. Holy JSN breakout. 18 touchdowns, almost 1,500 yards. Juan Westbrook was also amazing with 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns for him. Favors Gill also stepped up when we needed him to. Check this out. Jonathan Gales leads the way for tackles made. Cool to see 4 people with double-digit TFLs, but the sack numbers are outrageous. 22.5 for Will Anderson Jr. just to stay at star dev. Come Super Bowl week, we also got 8 13 for Tyler Fletcher as they combine for 40 as the three combined for 50 if you add on Byron Murphy's 11.5 as well. This defensive line, man. Legion and Boom in the secondary, but this front seven, this defensive line deserves a nickname too. However, this will be our toughest journey as we gotta go away in the wildcard round, heading to Carolina here against the 11-6 Panthers, but we beat them 31-16, and now we're back at Lumen Field against the Cowboys, 10-7. Do we remain undefeated in the? This is crazy. This is actually crazy. We haven't lost yet, and we 23-22. Scrape away. You know what happens when Seattle matches against Green Bay in the playoffs. It's always going to be a classic. And for the third season in a row, we make the Super Bowl, and this time got the 15-2 Indianapolis Colts. And we'll be playing the league MVP. And Anthony Richardson Milroe finally hits the top 5. I mean, he had a great season. I'm surprised he is 5. We didn't win any awards, but did we get a Devy for Jalen Milroe? Yes, we did. Superstar Dev finally, and a JSN X Factor. How about a Juan Westbrook X Factor as well? This offense looks absolutely insane now. We've come a long way. We really freaking have. Nothing. They just don't want to give it to him, bro. They really just don't. It's fine, bro. Just keep putting up numbers like that and let us keep making the Super Bowl, and I'm a happy freaking man. Josh Downs, 99. Anthony Richardson, now a 97 overall. Tyler Warren, of course, their first round selection, 94. Cliff Ginn, they drafted. Alex Dotson. They have Jordan Mailata now, who's 33 years old. Laiatu was developed into a 91. Same with Nick Cross. Pretty cool to see. They have an awesome punter as well. Solid team, man. Solid team. Looks like they've drafted well. But can they take down the dynasty in the making, the Seattle Seahawks under Jalen Milroe? It's a quiet first quarter. We do get the first points of the game, but it's quiet still. 3-0 so far. They score the first touchdown of the game, though, and the second half is now on its way. Still 7-3 heading into the fourth. We take a 3-point lead. They take a 4-point lead. They do have the ball currently, and there's only 4 minutes to go, but they are pinned inside their own 13. But we need our defense to step up here if we want to stay in this game. We get a stop. However, they get an amazing punt from that superstar punter that we saw. And our legacies are on the line. Jalen Milroe, the new At least it wasn't a safety. And we need a miracle now. We're on our own too. There's a minute and 15 to go. But this is where miracles happen. This is where the big players step up. Timeout number 1's gone. We're now into the 31 after a big chunk there by, I believe that was JSN. Minute 13. I'm just trying to fill time. Jalen Milroe. Bro, JSN and Juan Westbrook had some yak in front of them there. Could have maybe even gone out of bounds, saved a timeout. They get in each other's way. That's crazy. That is crazy. We cannot be having that at this time of the game. Oh my God. Minute and 5 seconds to go now. We do still have 2 timeouts in our back pocket. That's the good sign. But sadly, Jalen Milroe has thrown an interception right in the middle of the field to D. Winters. And damn, the three-peat story is over. Man, a bit of a sour ending there. It's Anthony Richardson ends up winning Super Bowl MVP. Three-peating's tough, man. There's a reason it's never been done. However, I still think we can hold our heads up high and claim this as a uber successful rebuild of the Seattle Seahawks with the main man. Jalen Milroe finally developed into the main man, the franchise quarterback. And it took a few seasons. It took a few starting reps as well to get him going. His deep accuracy is only a 67 there, but Milroe did the job. More than we could have ever asked for. And honestly, all we wanted was to see development, to see flashes in every single season here. You can see development in the yards and the touchdowns with 16 to 32 to 38 to 39 to 45, and even the interceptions with 24, 16, 14, 10. I mean, he just got better as time went on and ends off as a 2-time Super Bowl champ and MVP. And honestly, we couldn't have done this without K9 as well, who's now starting to regress, sadly, down to a 93, but he was an absolute mainstay of this entire video. I think we took over around here. I mean, he just never disappointed. Multiple seasons over double-digit touchdowns in every single year. Had over 1,000 yards, if not over 1,100 yards. Only one season below that. Receiver room. JSN, like I said, was the main cornerstone we wanted to build around on offense, and he stayed, of course, and he developed into one of the best now. but everything beside him was kind of a question mark. Torrey Horton, we had Will Gill, of course. I think there was another guy that we drafted, Kelvin Favors. We never really had a solidified number 2, but luckily for us, our offense was high-powered enough. We had a great run game. Quarterback can run the ball as well if he needs to, that we were able to get it done, and we luckily got a great tight end in the final few years here in Juan Westbrook, up to a 93 X factor now, who we drafted in round 2. That was the middle season, we had a lot of draft capital to work with, so that was quite fun. We did a lot of good trade downs, a lot of good trades as well. I think we made some good decisions this video. Shout out to Schaefer, not shout out to Charles Cross, who we smacked last year in the Super Bowl. Tyler Guyton kind of sucks, but wanted some rings, so I'll give him some love. Zabel Mainstay, he played left guard, right tackle, center. Like I said, one of the most versatile offensive linemen probably in the league already, and we got to see that showcased in today's video. How about Harris? Up to a 92 overall, superstar dev off rip. And the defense. I said I was excited about this defense at the beginning of the video, and man, did they show up. Ernest Jones was awesome, stayed throughout as well, earned himself another contract. Gales, we had Hall, we had Edgerrin Cooper, Tyreek Knight stayed for as long as he could. But the big additions were these final few years when we added a Will Anderson and a Lee McNeil. They helped out massively, and especially alongside a Byron Murphy, and especially Tyler Fletcher. The 25-year-old superstar X-Factor, 97 overall now, out of Iowa, of course, was an absolute monster right away. 12.5 sacks, 8.5, 11, but this year off with 18 now. If we did a career sim, he would go down as one of the best defensive players of all time, no doubt in my mind. And remember, he had high expectations, or he had big shoes to fill, because we chose him when we missed out on trading up to get Kenya Sellers, the generational receiver. So he had big expectations on his shoulder, and he lived up to it, man. So shout out to him. At a position like edge too, it's premium. It's premium. Witherspoon, Easley, Woolen. We had a deep cornerback room, all video as well. I think Mike Black, and then safety group was also great. Even Warrior stayed the whole time. Unfortunately, didn't really develop him too much. He still remained at a star, but up to an 86 overall now. Didn't exceed those sky high expectations, but a definite solid piece to our team. But hey, that's it for me. 2 Super Bowls later, so I'm happy. If you made it to this point, of course, appreciate you a ton for watching the whole thing. Leave a like on the video and comment down below which team you guys would like me to rebuild next, of course. And also, I'm going to be posting a short every day for maybe, I don't know, the next month or however long if it goes well. So show some love to those, please, as I'm going to try to get more active on those, because I know how good those are for, getting recognition, getting views, getting eyes on the channel and whatnot. So go show some love to that. I'll be putting in some work there, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think about the Seattle Seahawks draft class. A lot of my friends, like I said, are Seattle Seahawks fans, so they love the idea of getting Milroe and getting that project for years to come. So if he turns out anything like this, they absolutely hit on that pick. Hope y'all enjoyed, though. That's it for me. See you.